I've lived for more than half my life, and I've never seen anyone deliver their own head straight to my blade. He must think my blade isn't sharp enough.
马学养，黑油雾的爷们考你有骚。
Stab that magistrate named Liu Kai to death for me.
Give him the death of 1,000 cuts. Slice him into tiny pieces. Your servant obeys, your majesty. A mere magistrate in Yanmen County can embezzle 1 million in just 3 years. Hurry up and take this thing out of here. Your Empress, please spare my life. What's this memorial about? A 7th rank border official embezzling 1 million? What is wrong with you, woman? Why aren't you staying in the coming palace? What are you doing running over here?
Zhangba, can't you see there's something wrong with this memorial?
You crazy woman. My ears. Oh, my ears. Yanmen County is a strategic military stronghold. It can't even compare to the Jiangnan region, which is still recovering its livelihood. How could a mere magistrate embezzle 1 million there in just 3 years? Exactly. What kind of godlike connections must he have to pull 1 million out of a dirt-poor backwater?
Hold on. Do you mean this Liu Kai isn't actually turning himself in to seek death? But rather, he has an ulterior motive?
This concerns state affairs. It is not proper for me to speak further. I get it now. As a 7th rank official on the border, he has no direct way to reach my ears. So he had to use such extreme measures to catch my attention. This memorial was first sent to the Secretariat, and the first person to lay eyes on it was Hu Weiyang. The Guozi faction is frantically trying to win over local officials. Right now. Submit and prosper. Resist and perish. Anyone who dares to reject the Guozi faction's olive branch in such a dead-end situation must be a truly loyal soul.
You are indeed the observant one, my girl.
He refuses to flatter those in power. He is a rare, loyal minister. I almost executed a good official by mistake. The Great Ming has only been established for 6 years. The throne is not even secure yet. You absolutely must not abuse your absolute power over life and death. Right. I'll send someone to secretly investigate right away. Have you already sent the assassins out? My girl. First, hear me out. Ouch. You woman, why do you have to act like a fierce she-devil? He hasn't gone far. We can still catch him. You there. The golden armored general up ahead. Ma Wei. Stop right there.
Liu Kai.
I'm going to Yanmen County myself to see what kind of monster you really are. Oh my goodness. Master, madam, are you two all right? Lot hours. Where on earth are we?
Zhangba, I've got the answers.
They call this road a highway. It connects everything.
Liu Kai built the whole thing himself.
You almost executed a once-in-a-century genius. Look at those guards. They're built exactly the same. They keep scanning their surroundings, keeping a close eye on the horses. And they're all riding military war horses? Report this to Lord Niu immediately. We suspect Beiwan spies are masquerading as merchants to gather intel. My lord, the Special Agent Task Force has spotted suspected Beiwan scouts scouting the area. This is highway robbery. They're charging 2 tiles of silver just for a single horse. And our carriage got ripped off for 50 taels. As for those carriages of Shiquan silk, he pocketed 500 tiles of silver based on their value. Most of this massive fortune must have gone straight into Liu Kai's personal pockets. I completely misjudged him. And here I thought he was a decent official. Building this road was nothing but a blatant excuse for highway robbery. He even has women out in public acting as toll collectors. It's totally scandalous. Wait, what's wrong with women? Making an honest living with their own hands is 1,000 times better than ending up in a brothel. Besides, if nobody pays the toll, who's going to maintain the road? Who's going to clean up all the animal waste on the ground? Not to mention, this job provides a living for countless families. But wait, if the tolls are this outrageous, why are all these out-of-town merchants practically begging to pay? It means the raw profit these merchants make in Yanmen County absolutely dwarfs these petty toll fees. Master, madam, look at this city. It's actually grander than Tang of the Tang Dynasty. Pedestrians and carriages are completely separated. Back in Yongtan capital, dozens of people die in carriage accidents every year. This brilliant design is an absolute masterpiece. This Li Kai is truly a brilliant mind of incredible ingenuity. My lord, look at how bustling this Yanmen County is. My lord, look.
This toll money obviously did not go into Liu Kai's own pocket.
He poured every single coin back into this city. The great Ming is rising from the ashes of war.
We need a man of action like Liu Kai. Someone with both the guts and the capability to go to the imperial court and tightly restrain Hu Weiyang and his
clique of horsey nobles. The Great Ming Law strictly forbids the private slaughter of farming cattle.
Here, they not only openly feature beef as their main specialty, but also offer free cold drinks for the summer.
Come on, let's also go support Lord Liu's business.
My lord, the patrolling officers outside say we will be fined for street parking. They say we must find a place called a parking garage.
Oh, please don't be angry, my lord.
We'll move the carriage right away.
What are your restaurant's signature dishes?
Our signature dishes include our secret recipe grilled wagyu, clear beef bone soup, dry fried beef noodles, beef offal, beef tripe, beef omasum, stir-fried beef brisket, and various gluten dishes.
These cattle of yours, they must all be sick or old cows bought from the countryside, right?
Sir, you can eat whatever you want,
but cannot just say whatever you want.
What we sell is all freshly slaughtered, healthy, high-quality beef.
It's absolutely worth every single piece of your silver.
Please, eat with peace of mind.
I guarantee no one will dare to arrest you.
Because the real big boss of our restaurant is none other than our county magistrate, Lord Liu Kai.
What a fine official. Knowingly breaking the law deserves double the punishment.
Farming cattle are the very foundation of agriculture.
Let alone buying and selling them openly.
Even slaughtering them in secret is a capital offense. How many heads does he have to spare for the chopping block? My good sir, in our Lord's own words, someone like you is nothing but a brainless fanboy of the current emperor.
What's wrong with being His Majesty's die-hard fan?
His Majesty wakes up earlier than a rooster, goes to bed later than a dog. I am proud to be his die-hard fan.
You are absolutely right.
Lord Liu also constantly reminds us that His Majesty expelled the foreign invaders, saving the people of the Central Plains from oppression.
He will surely leave a glorious mark in history. Young man, since your lord respects the emperor so much,
Why does he still knowingly break the law? With this scale, you must consume at least 30 cattle a month.
so many strong cattle.
Where on earth do they come from?
Now, this madam certainly knows how to have a proper conversation. Our freedom to eat beef whenever we want
Is all thanks to Lord Liu's unique philosophy of governance.
What philosophy? Well, travel thousands of miles to become an official, solely to make a fortune.
Years ago, when Lord Liu first arrived in Ammon, he was dirt poor. He dragged every village chief and business leader straight to the county office,
Slammed his hand on the table and roared, I came here to get rich, but you lot are too damn poor.
There is absolutely nothing for me to embezzle.
So, my lord set a rule. Yanmen had to be turned into a land of gold.
Only when the common folk lived well.
Could he make a massive fortune?
Honestly, as long as he keeps us alive and thriving, who cares if he pockets some cash? Compared to those hypocritical, honest officials who only chase fame, we'd gladly take a corrupt official like him any day.
As for this beef, it's all leased out by my lord's private ranch.
It has absolutely nothing to do with the farmer's working oxen.
Where is this private ranch? And those watchtowers at your street intersections?
Those are standard military structures. What's the deal with those? Why hasn't that old geezer Ju Wenjung's execution decree arrived yet?
By my count, it's already the 7th day after my death. I should have transmigrated back to the modern world to enjoy my life by now.
My lord, the people in that private booth were asking about the military watchtowers.
We've basically confirmed that Northern Round spies. Please give us your orders, especially regarding that gentleman dressed as a wealthy merchant. His aura is extremely dangerous. I can wait around for my execution,
But I will never tolerate Northern One savages running wild on my turf.
arrest them immediately.
Throw them all into labor camp for screening. Don't let a single one escape. You audacious, corrupt official.
I'm going to leave the city to mobilize the troops right now.
And tear this Liu Kai into 10,000 pieces.
First, anyone who fought in the war against the Ming Dynasty can stay for free. Second, the children of those who sacrificed their lives fighting the Northern Yan can stay for free.
Third, the children of those who died building Yemen's commerce can stay for free. Ha ha ha.
Peace is won by the generals on the field.
Yet generals are never allowed to see that peace.
Malsent, mark my words. Once we return,
I will build charity homes like this across the entire Great Ming.
Not only to care for the elderly, but to establish free public cemeteries as well. Back then, my parents' bodies were practically rotting in our house, and we didn't even have a square inch of land to lay them to rest. If it weren't for Brother Six giving us a small plot of land, I would have had to watch rats devour my parents' bodies. I have tasted that utter despair myself, so I will never let my people suffer through that hopelessness again. It seems the master actually approves of his style of taking dirty money, only to use it for the people's welfare. Absolutely not. I'm his sworn enemies with corrupt officials.
He can use these unorthodox methods while governing a single county.
But if he becomes a high-ranking official in the imperial court, can he still rule the empire with such schemes? Let's head back to the inn.
Tomorrow morning, I will meet him myself.
Head back to the county office through the east gate immediately.
Mobilize 1,000 crossbowmen.
Secretly surround the inn they are staying in. Don't let a single fly escape.
We are finally here.
Yes, we can finally breathe a sigh of relief.
With a body full of exhaustion.
No matter the storm, I will taste that sweet success. The wealth and honor I bestow will be the legacy of my lifetime. Exactly.
Such highly advanced military gear.
Even the elite Ming army doesn't possess them.
This terrifyingly precise control of error margin crushes the highest manufacturing standards of the Ming Empire. How dare Liu Kai secretly build such crucial military weapons?
Arrest warrant? This is an arrest warrant. You are suspected of conducting enemy espionage within Yemen County. You are now officially under arrest. Everyone, put down your weapons.
This is a misunderstanding. A total misunderstanding.
Say your excuses for when you're in jail.
Take them.
Do you even know who the hell I am?
If you want to keep your lives,
You better untie me right now. Let me tell you something. Imposters like you who pretend to be the Emperor, we've already locked up at least 3 of them in our dungeon.
This is indeed all a big misunderstanding.
But we understand your policy of rather arrest an innocent than let a suspect go. So, we won't resist at all.
Could you please remove the shackles from these two?
this woman's mental fortitude is terrifying.
These two are highly skilled martial artists. Wearing shackles is nothing to them. It's not like we pierced their collarbones. As for you, we'll spare you the chains. Take them away. It's been so many days now. It's been so many.
Could those Imperial envoys have been ambushed and killed on their way, my lord?
That entire group has already been arrested. They are currently on their way to the dungeon. Now that they're caught, just follow standard procedure. Start their labor reform first thing tomorrow morning. Also, notify the rest of the squad. We absolutely cannot let our guard down right now. Have the brothers we sent to Northern Wan returned yet? Reporting, my lord. Except for the brothers sent to Wang Baobo's camp. The rest have all returned safely. But, my lord, the spies we captured today are very different from the usual idiots we get. They are extremely different. Tell me more. In what way are they different? Those two possess exceptionally high martial arts skills. And that woman doesn't look like a Northern Yan barbarian at all. Lock the 3 of them up together in a separate cell. I want to personally hear what kind of mind-blowing insights these elite spies are going to spit out. To think we were mistaken for Northern Yuan spies and rounded up all at once. This is an absolute humiliation. What are you looking around for? Get over here. Now. State your name, age, and place of birth. Spit it out honestly.
A native of Zhongling, Haozhou.
Listen up, all of you. In here, you don't have names. All we have are these numbers on our clothes. Keep moving. Move it. If you want to get out of here alive, there are only 3 ways.
First, the higher-ups find out you were wrongfully accused. Second, you serve your time and get released. Third, you leave here feet first. Hey brother, how much did you make today? I went to the labor camp pasture today.
I made a whopping 5 coppers.
Think.
What are you dawdling for?
Hurry up. If you want to make money, you'll have plenty of chances tomorrow.
Your Majesty, why on earth are you doing this?
The great founding emperor and empress of the Ming Dynasty.
Why must you willingly become prisoners here?
As the saying goes, even a tiger gets bullied by dogs when it's out of its element.
If the soldiers who captured us find out who we really are, facing the terrifying threat of having their entire families executed, some of them might just decide to play along with the mistake and silence us forever to cover their tracks.
My dear, having you by my side is my greatest blessing.
I'll do exactly as you say.
They deliberately put us in this empty room. They must be trying to eavesdrop on us from the shadows.
We must not let our identities slip. My lord, the walls of this prison were built too thick back then.
Your subordinate couldn't hear a single thing.
This place is heavily guarded. There's absolutely no way to escape.
But tomorrow, we are going to
the labor camp. Once we are out of this prison, I'll find a way.
First, to see for ourselves how on earth this place can afford to serve beef.
And second, to look for a chance to escape on the way back. Master, madam, please rest assured, those incompetent jailers out there don't stand a chance of keeping me under control.
Tomorrow, have our elite soldiers disguise themselves as guards, and make sure to give them a surprise they will never forget.
Tromba, no matter what happens tomorrow, you must keep your temper in check.
Even though Master Leo arrested us by mistake, he's still doing his absolute best for the country. This woman named Ma doesn't look like an unrefined barbarian from the northern plains at all. I must meet her alone tomorrow.
So early in the morning. Seriously, what kind of clueless bumpkin is this? Every prisoner, get fully dressed within 10 minutes.
Line up at the gate for inspection.
What are you looking around for? Your food is at the very back. It's those guys who get to eat meat for breakfast again.
Man, I'm so damn jealous.
Jealous my ass.
You can apply for it too. Wait, no.
马氏分至女子劳改工坊，陆冲八、毛崔城西修路工地，带走。
哈哈哈。
You guys don't need to worry. I trust that the incredibly resourceful Lord Liu
would never intentionally make things difficult for a mere woman like me. You're still way too naive, kid.
This is clearly a wicked trap set by that corrupt official Li Kai.
He thinks he's the mantis, stalking the cicada. But he has no idea our wise Empress has already prepared her own moo as the Oriole waiting behind. My lord, what should we do with this woman?
Spare her life for now.
What do Han women do best?
Embroidery, of course. Such incredible speed. Even the Imperial Bureau of Manufacturing is nothing compared to this. This is a new technique personally developed by our Lord Liu.
It's called an assembly line. Here, everyone only needs to focus strictly on their own small assigned section.
Once your step is done, you just pass it directly to the next person.
This Miss Shen
Hails from the prominent Shen family, the wealthiest in Jianan.
But because her father's bribery of high officials was exposed, her entire family was ruined.
And in the end, she was ruthlessly exiled by the court here to Yanmen.
Our benevolent Empress specially decreed that every woman in the land may wear a phoenix coronet and bridal robe on her wedding day.
So, she is working day and night to finish this priceless, exquisite wedding gown.
Weren't you just boasting that you're a master of embroidery?
Then you'll be finishing the rest of the embroidery on this wedding gown.
But Foreman, the major client is coming to pick it up tomorrow morning. You absolutely cannot risk our reputation like this.
Why don't we just let this lady assist me? Let me handle the main embroidery, and I'll give it my all.
They must undergo labor reform based on their actual crimes, with no extra harsh sentences.
This side plot has to be wrapped up.
Could something have actually gone wrong with the imperial decree?
Go and tell the client right now.
There's absolutely no need to wait until tomorrow morning.
Good goods will be ready for pickup this afternoon.
Just as I suspected. They have spies watching us.
Fine, let's see just how powerful you really are. Ah! How should I handle this charming female spy from Beiwan?
Let's go. I want to check on that male spy at the construction site.
Master, to think you have to suffer such agonizing torment here.
Look closely.
These dangerous convicts are doing backbreaking, grueling labor. But why is it that not a single one of them is complaining? They are both corrupt officials. But this Master Liu never deprives these out-of-town workers of their basic needs.
No wonder they got to stuff themselves with meat this morning.
He's just worried we'll get too weak to work and delay the project. 2 years?
This bitter herbal tea is tough to swallow. But they make sure we have plenty.
At the very least, Master Liu actually treats us prisoners like human beings.
Compared to back then.
You damn fool. Praising that corrupt bastard Liu Kai is one thing. But why did you have to rebel for our folks? What are you slackers whispering about?
Oh, are you looking for a whipping?
Trying to slack off? Hurry up and bring that asphalt over here. This is extremely precious black oil.
It is literally pure silver.
Brother, don't forget.
Interesting.
All right, stop picking it up.
We have plenty of this useless stuff around here.
Brother, this black oil is worth a fortune. Why are they just tossing it around like garbage?
Of course a country bumpkin like you wouldn't understand.
Ever since Master Liu took office,
We discovered a natural asphalt lake, right here.
even the heavens are helping this corrupt official.
All right, stop asking so many questions.
Get back to work.
Who knows? You might be assigned to mine the asphalt tomorrow.
Still acting tough even now? How could a mere wealthy merchant from Jianan possess such elite martial skills?
To endure such humiliation right under my nose? You are definitely no ordinary person.
My lord, according to our spies' close surveillance, this old bastard keeps nosing around for secrets.
And he was caught staring intently at our Yanmen Pass with an incredibly sharp gaze.
Since Master Guo has so much energy. Tomorrow I'll make sure they're all sent straight to the iron mines to dig until they drop dead. I want to see just how long those stubborn bones of his can hold out.
The hungry wolves of the northern plains are watching us, waiting to strike.
I won't tolerate any traitors stirring up trouble. A magnificent steed, 1 in 10,000. Who the hell is this guy? The number of horses pulling that carriage is actually only 1 less than mine. And the massive size of that carriage completely dwarfs my Imperial Dragon chariot. What kind of audacious bastard has the nerve to do this? How dare he overstep his rank and ride in a carriage of such absurd proportions? A mere carriage driver. To actually catch Maoju's full force blow with his bare hands. All of you, put your hands on your heads and get down. Are you looking to die? All of you, shut up. This little brother of mine has always been a loyal, patriotic man. He just saw how that ridiculous carriage actually dared to surpass the Emperor's own dragon chariot. So he couldn't help but curse them as scoundrels. It was all a misunderstanding. I thought it was some big deal. You're just a hard labor convict stuck behind a sewing machine all day. And yet you're actually worrying about the old Emperor? That's hilarious. You really are a damn fanboy of the Emperor, aren't you? All right, break it up, break it up. Back to work. Oh my god. To actually make the genie we act so respectfully. This must be reported to His Highness immediately. Everything has changed. It's all changed. From now on, everything changes. Why hasn't that old bastard Zhu Wenjiang's execution decree arrived yet? The aura that Northern Plains spy unleashed just now was incredibly powerful. He had a terrifying imperial aura that even Wang Baobao doesn't possess. This must be an incredibly rare big fish. The border is in turmoil. This is a military emergency. These are extraordinary times. Since we can't uncover his true identity, then we'll just let this big fish keep doing hard labor on the construction site. The corrupt official Lu Kai. He's as rich as an entire nation, and he's winning over the people's hearts. You are definitely planning to raise an army and rebel. My lord, when you issued the imperial decree for his execution back then, this brat actually submitted a petition begging for death. Who'd want to rebel and still beg for death? If this were back in the palace, my first 7 days of mourning would have already passed by now. This bridal gown with the embroidered cape is absolutely stunning. Such breathtaking, masterclass embroidery. It's more than worthy to rival the finest tribute pieces of the Imperial Palace. Thank you. Thank you both so much. Oh, please. You're far too polite. It's the least we could do. She is clearly a noble woman of extreme status fleeing from the Imperial capital. With a pure, impeccable Han lineage, she is bound to be incredibly wealthy and powerful. Why on earth is she mixed up with those 2 men suspected of being Northern Plains spies? My lord, why don't we go and confront those 2 Northern Plains spies first? I believe we must continue to monitor them closely from the shadows tonight. Let's see how they are conspiring together. It won't be too late to make our move then. Remember, no matter what, we cannot lose Yamen Pass. My father once told me,
General Li Mu was the last Lord Wunan of our great Zhao, and the one who least deserved to fall.
But sadly,
Treacherous ministers rule the court,
and the Emperor is utterly blind and foolish. Those three should be heading back to their cells right about now.
Go! Keep your eyes glued to them.
Listen closely to every single word they say.
Understood, sir.
Old General.
Your royal general has come to see you again.
Even back during the Han and Tang dynasties,
I would always come to accompany you before marching into battle. But every single time, I treated it as my very last. Because even I didn't know if I would ever return alive.
I never would have expected
That my endless reincarnation of 10 lifetimes,
which began right here at Yemen Pass, would actually end completely right here at Yemen Pass as well. With the current tense and explosive situation,
the invading iron hooves of the northern plain savages, I'm afraid I won't even outrun the speed of Zhuangjiang's blade when it comes down on my neck. My old comrade, the general, let this old general sweep this shrine hall for you one last time.
if I'm lucky enough to survive and visit you again next time,
I'll absolutely bring you a bottle of my finest aged red wine to try. Lord Wu and his gang of high-security prisoners have just finished washing up.
they're definitely still awake right now. You guys just went to pave a lousy road. Did you really have to sweat that much? How did you get yourself looking like a coal-digging black charcoal ball? Don't even get me started. I finally see right through him now.
I now know why they served us a whole basin of fatty pork first thing this morning.
That corrupt official Liu Kai is clever to his very bones. He absolutely hasn't wasted a single grain of food. He fit us just to work us to death on the construction site like farm animals. But tomorrow morning, I'm still going to volunteer to pave the road.
As long as we keep following that military route,
we'll definitely be able to slip into the military fortress at Yemen Pass. Tromba, guess what kind of mind-blowing setup I witnessed in the women's workshop today?
it's nothing more than a bunch of old ladies gathering to do some random embroidery. But this Lord Liu of Yanmen County is a once-in-a-generation genius.
He actually came up with an unbelievable assembly line system for industrial manufacturing. Not only has he cut the production time down to the absolute limit,
but he's also made the output skyrocket exponentially.
And they don't even call those massive workhouses workshops anymore. Instead, they call them factory floors. Is it really that incredible? If we could bring this mind-blowing method to our Geniwei's armory.
Wait, so those Northern Wan barbarians have finally wised up too? They ruled the Central Plains for nearly a century,
and yet they insisted on retreating to the steppes and returning to nomadic herding.
Now they finally know how to secretly learn from our Han Nation.
The way this group is reacting is way too suspicious. Right now, the tension between the Great Ming and the Northern Yuan army is at a breaking point. The one thing these spies should be snooping around for is our military defenses.
And yet that woman is obsessing over the industrial park instead.
Besides the hardcore spies of the Northern Wen, who else would be so stubbornly obsessed with our county's military strength? Even after being sent off as forced laborers, they're still frantically inspecting the officials' performances.
If they eyed Northern Wen spies at all, then they must be the deadly imperial envoys sent straight from the capital.
My lord.
The ones who were stripped bare, thrown into jail, and dragged to pave roads all day. They are secret imperial envoys sent by the great Ming Emperor himself.
Well, since the imperial envoys love experiencing the hardships of the common folk so much, tomorrow you might as well send them straight down into the darkest, deepest coal mines to dig. Damn it! Waking people up with a funeral screeching Suwa first thing in the morning?
Is this even something a sane human would do?
You know, the Suwana. It can send a soul straight to heaven.
And it can also usher you right into the bridal chamber.
Aren't you the expert on that kind of excitement?
Come on, honey, don't talk nonsense.
Every single crazy thing I've done over the years was personally approved by you. Heck, you even shoved a few of them straight into my bed yourself.
Inmate number 88.
Those little affairs of yours all happened after you founded the Ming Dynasty. But back in the day, before we even won the empire,
You secretly sent Grand General Suda all over the country,
Looking for your first love, the fourth daughter of landlord Liu.
You thought letting Shida handle it was foolproof.
who would have thought that honest-looking guy would turn around and sell me out completely?
Well, he couldn't find her back then amidst the chaos of war. But since we founded the empire, I've been secretly searching for her on your behalf. Just recently, I found Edo families settled down in Ningbo Prefecture. It's just a shame we're currently trapped in the Seinmen.
You got that right. Stop dragging your feet. Get your butts to the cafeteria and stuff your faces.
That punk Li Kai is such a corrupt crook. Even the greediest merchants would drop to their knees and kowtow to him. With just one good meal, he doesn't just get these rowdy peasants to work themselves to death for him.
He actually makes them worship the ground he walks on.
Those corrupt officials in charge of building the central capital back then have been willing to let those poor laborers eat even a single bite of actual human food like this. They would never have driven the common people to rise up in rebellion.
Old Jew, aren't you being a bit too harsh? Forget eating such crazy, mind-blowing delicacies.
Even if they were only given a bowl of plain gruel and a white steamed bun for every meal,
Those dirt poor folks would definitely never have rebelled.
you are absolutely not allowed to use this as an example next time.
Especially not to talk up that traitor, Liu Kai.
As long as we can score a meal in this private room, we can naturally secure that lucrative road construction job today. By then, we definitely find out whether you, Liu Kai, are actually building up your own military power.
You guys don't have to eat here today. Go to the VIP dining room next door. The breakfast prepared for you today is easily 10 times more luxurious than yesterday's. The imperial feast of the great founding emperor of the Ming Dynasty.
Can't even compare to the meals of a labor camp prisoner in some remote county.
He needs Liu Kai's shrewd, profit-driven merchant mindset. A guy who absolutely refuses to make a losing deal.
Once this incredibly lavish breakfast is down our throats,
The suffering we'll face today will definitely be 10 times worse than yesterday.
As for today's task,
That guy actually had the nerve to show up.
he'd be a real fool not to.
Exactly. This is the welcome feast our county magistrate personally prepared for him. It's either going down into the mines or working ourselves to death hauling heavy rocks.
you really are something, Magistrate Liu. If you actually dare to run an illegal mining operation here in Yaran County, I will absolutely wipe out your entire family line.
Prisoner, 88. Your labor location today is the Great Iron Mountain Mine in Niang Town.
If you, Li Kai, truly wanted to run an illegal mine and forge weapons to start a rebellion,
Why on earth would you write such an incredibly arrogant self-accusation letter in your official evaluation? Practically begging for death.
if I were in your shoes,
I would definitely just play it safe and write a completely standard run-of-the-mill self-evaluation.
Neither seeking a promotion nor wanting to be dismissed and sent home. Only by doing everything possible to stay in office.
could you be ourself another 3 precious years to quietly recruit troops and buy horses?
Liu Kai.
Just what on earth are you planning?
Even a fool would know to play it safe and keep a low profile. Yet, you managed to turn Yemen County into a land of abundance in just 3 years.
You are undoubtedly a once-in-a-generation genius.
Back when I first raised the banner of rebellion,
Zhushang repeatedly warned me.
to build high walls, store up abundant grain, and delay claiming the throne.
But Liu Kai is actively seeking death in such a high-profile way.
What on earth is he after?
Prisoner 88, are you two old geezers trying to drag your feet on purpose? Or are you planning to slip away and escape? I'm warning you, you'd better drop those suicidal schemes right now.
My lord, ever since you guessed that those people might be the deadly imperial envoys from the capital,
My heart has been in absolute agony, like it's being fried in a boiling pot of oil. I actually hope they are the real deal, genuine imperial envoys. Only by thoroughly offending that old geezer Zhuanzhang can I get him to issue an imperial decree to execute me quickly.
whether they are imperial envoys or not, is entirely under my absolute control.
If I tell them to go left today,
They won't even catch a glimpse of the doorway to the right.
my lord, you still haven't told us.
Were we going to see the embroidery first today? Or heading to the iron mine to watch the men dig?
My lord,
For our first stop, we definitely have to go test that woman's resolve, right?
that woman.
Every single move she makes screams nobility.
Since she's managing so well in the women's workshop, she'll definitely use this chance to dig desperately for intel. If we can just overhear what she's asking,
It can blow their cover wide open and pry loose a deadly secret.
as for those two men sent to the mines, going down into that dark pit is enough to drive anyone insane. If we leave them hanging until this afternoon before going to watch the show, it'll break them completely.
That pampered imperial envoy.
By this afternoon, he'll have broken down and confessed everything. But if they actually grit their teeth and hold out, then they're highly likely to be suicidal agents sent by Beiwan. Fine, we'll do it your way. Let's go to the women's workshop.
Taiyuan.
举弹，开放。
They even have people from Dongzhou and Suzhou.
The sheer volume of goods these traveling merchants are demanding is terrifying. Are they planning to swallow up all the business under heaven in one bite? Oh, Sister Mar, what took you so long? Everyone's been waiting for you with bated breath. Quick, come in. This centralized assembly line is indeed incredible, but I'm truly afraid Liu Kai is insatiably greedy.
Relying on his superior technology,
He might drive all his competitors to absolute ruin and despair. To be honest with you,
when I was first brought in here, I had the exact same worries as you do. Now?
but later, I realized just how wrong I was.
Lord Liu never had any intention of cornering the entire market for himself.
What do you mean by that? He specifically employs an extremely capable market research team. Take this fabric, for instance. If the entire empire needs 10,000 bolts of cloth a year, Lord Liu strictly caps our production line and only allows us to make 1,500 bolts. In his own words, we must leave a way for everyone else under heaven to make a living. It seems this Lord Liu is not just some greedy official who secretly cares for the people, but also a rare, extraordinary merchant who's willing to let others survive. But by forcibly limiting production like this, isn't he worried about completely offending those who traveled all this way? Merchants. Well, that's exactly where Lord Liu's true terror lies. You see, our goods, our quality, is second to none. There's absolutely no way they won't show up. Ever since we set that ironclad rule of limited supply, those merchants don't dare to complain at all. Instead, they fight tooth and nail before dawn, just to grab a spot. They wouldn't dare bargain by even a single copper coin. If we opened the floodgates and sold to everyone, supply would quickly exceed demand. This premium, top-tier stock would just become cheap and worthless. And our quality? It would take a massive nosy. In the end, we'd only be ruining our own golden reputation. Well, well, it seems Lord Liu is not just a righteous merchant, but a ruthless, black-hearted profiteer who somehow still has a conscience. Oh, he has a conscience. All right. But that conscience is reserved exclusively for our great Ming. What do you mean by that? What secret are you hiding?
These goods certainly look exquisite on the outside, but it's all just flashy surface work. The inner weave is incredibly weak and loose. If you make clothes out of this, they won't even last 3 years before completely falling apart. You have an incredible eye, ma'am. These fabrics are specially made for foreign buyers. They look absolutely stunning on the surface. But once they're ruined by sweat and battered by the harsh desert winds, they'll be completely ruined in less than 2 years. But the fabrics we sell to our own people in Great Ming, not only are they incredibly durable, I'm telling you, they last forever. Even after the eldest daughter outgrows them, they can be altered for the younger daughter. And in the end, you can still cut them up to use as diapers for the baby. But those foreigners, they pay top dollar in pure gold and silver for our exclusive reserve, only to wear it for 2 or 3 years.
Befought, for it's only fit to be used as a rag.
This Liu Kai is an absolute genius at squeezing every last penny out of people.
Oh crap! This old woman is actually impressed with me?
If she goes back to the capital and starts praising me, then my master plan to get myself executed is going to be completely ruined.
My lord! My lord!
That woman is almost certainly the real deal. She's the imperial commissioner sent by the court. No way. Absolutely not. I have to nip this damn disaster in the bud. Messenger. Ride to the mines immediately. Go as fast as you can. Send that convict, 88, and his accomplices straight to the arsenal. Make them haul all the mined iron ore over there. And do grunt work there from now on.
My lord, if I may speak out of turn.
You are literally digging your own grave. Since this woman is an imperial envoy, I thank you to put them to the sword immediately to end this once and for all. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
88. Stop digging. Orders from above. Take your gang and deliver this batch of ore to the arsenal. Don't bother coming back. Just stay there and do grunt work. An arsenal secretly manufacturing weapons. Well, Liu Kai. We were just struggling to find ironclad proof of your treason.
Sure thing, Officer Guan.
We'll get right on it. Good grief. If we had to haul such heavy iron ore on a dirt road, our bodies would have shattered by now. If we could pave all the main highways in the Ming Dynasty with this black road, the mobilization speed of our troops and supply trains would be several times faster. Stop dreaming. That is absolutely impossible. Why would it be impossible? Isn't this just black tar? Even if there isn't enough natural asphalt to pave the entire country, it's more than enough to pave the main north-south highways. You're so naive, old Liu. Then why don't you explain to us where exactly we are being naive? Lord Guo, do you honestly think this black road under our feet can be paved with just a bit of asphalt? The core engineering technology behind this is something that, besides our Lord Liu, no one else in the entire world could possibly know. All right. Isn't it just flattening some crushed gravel and then pouring a layer of black tar over it? What's the big deal? If this war machine runs at full capacity for 3 years, the Ming Empire will surely fall into absolute chaos. Halt. Routine inspection. 10,000 elite armored cavalry, armed to the teeth. Rebelling would be as easy as slicing through butter for them. What are you standing around for? Hurry up and push the ore over to the furnace. As long as I can test your real reactions here, I'll be able to completely uncover your true motives. If you really are Imperial envoys,
This official will make sure you depart this world in perfect health.
Master, why is this molten iron directly connected to the furnace?
Ah, that's where you're clueless.
The incredible technique Lord Liu taught us is called the continuous steel-making method. It allows the carbon in the liquid pig iron to oxidize directly, turning it into wrought iron. No cooling and reheating required. It directly mass-produces high-quality steel.
And with the assembly line Lord Yu designed,
Hamner goes in one end, and high-grade steel comes straight out the other.
Huh.
Damn it! How about I reward you with 2 slaps to the face instead? Now get the hell out of here.
Those useless fools in the Ministry of Works
Managed to think of water-powered bellows.
but how did none of them think of water-powered forging?
Master, who on earth invented this incredible machine?
Who else could it be?
A machine this complex and ingenious? Could only have been designed by our very own Lord Liu. Looking at this setup, these guys are definitely Imperial envoys sent by the court. Once the iron ore is unloaded, start moving it inside. Hurry and deliver the finished iron to the armor manufacturing workshop. The god-tier, heaven-defying craft of making weapons and armor. If this is also the masterpiece of that genius monster, then if we kill him, those useless fools in the Ministry of Works will absolutely never figure it out. But if we let this rebellious traitor keep running a secret weapons factory, we won't get a single night of peaceful sleep for the rest of our lives. Why on earth did he write that letter to actively seek his own death? Listen up, everyone. All I'm in Arsenal is a top-level military secret. The fact that you got this secure, lifetime job isn't just because you're lucky enough to be Yemen locals.
As people of Yemen,
We don't need to keep a place in our hearts for Emperor Zhu. But we absolutely cannot live without Lord Liu.
ha 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 ha, think.
Anyway, we don't have to worry about the Emperor's spies around here. So what's wrong with sharing some honest, heartfelt truth? You've got some nerve, Liu Kai. You won't kneel unless I'm dead. Is that it? Starting tomorrow, tailor-mate the contracts of those 3. Yes, sir.
Can't Lord Zhu just sentence me to death?
The rest is up to you now, Lord Commissioner. I really screwed up, damn it. I should have known better than to have a drinking contest with a lightweight like you. His Majesty's current identity in Yanmen County
Is General Gua, a temporary lieutenant.
the great founding emperor of the Ming Dynasty, dragged off to be a common soldier. Even Empress wasn't spared. Kai, how could you bring my parents to such a place? Don't disturb the master. Tomorrow, to be able to die on the battlefield for the master is worth it. First a slap, then a sweet treat. That's how you damn well manage people. Such terrifying mobilization power. The Eastern Army is fully assembled. Please give the order, my lord. This defensive layout.
this terrifying military equipment. If this kid's tactical command is truly superior to mine, adjust the artillery's range. Make sure there are 3 crates of ammunition next to every single cannon. Ballistas, get ready.
Think fire arrows for every single ballista.
Tie fire oil bombs securely to both sides of the arrowheads.
Open the gates and form ranks. If we fail, military law will be merciless. Don't look up. Keep charging forward. What kind of lieutenant is he supposed to be? He's basically just here to gawk at you. Tell the generals at the east and west gates. They can use whatever tactics they want.
But there is one condition.
When the enemy's siege equipment enters firing range, they are absolutely forbidden from firing. Let them right in. Wait until they're ready to bombard the city. Then use fire oil and flaming arrows to burn them to absolute ashes.
传令。
So those illegal cannons are the reason you've been hunting down spies like crazy. What a brilliant, ruthless leader. It actually makes sense that even the emperor herself isn't worthy of hearing his kingly philosophy. And you think you are?
Honestly, I have to admit, this old bastard actually has some real skills.
People who ran with Zhuanzhangs are just on a whole different level. His mind is even filthier than a stinking sewer. War is ultimately all about logistics. With all the men and horses to feed, we must guarantee Commander Shu's supplies and medicine, even if we have to risk our lives. We must adapt to the situation. What are you standing around for? Hurry up and go change your clothes. Since you're such a die-hard fanboy of His Majesty, you should be way more eager to receive the Imperial Edict than me. Just standing there like a giant, useless lump, looking like a complete, clueless giant. Please calm down, sir. I'll go change right now. On my way. A die-hard fan? A clueless giant? Me, the Grand Emperor? If I've ever have his head chopped off one day, it will be entirely because a doting mother like you spoiled him rotten.
County.
Seizing military control as a civil official is originally a capital offense, but you knew how to use the disguise of a military strategist to deserve the dignity of the imperial court. Clearly live covering your tracks to dodge a fatal blow. After this hard-fought, great victory, your merits far outweigh your faults. Are you here again to ask if I'm just begging for death, right?
Well, if I say, I'm literally trying to get killed, would you believe me?
You want to intercept them in the 10-stage maze formation?
And at the same time, to avoid destroying the formation left by the immortals, you resolutely refuse to use the cannons, right?
You actually want me to be a messenger boy?
And why not? A messenger is no less important than the generals. Anyone can be a messenger. Got it, so you're Queek, right? Tomorrow, the two of us will not hold back. This couple is really something else.
All those muscles Olgwa built are completely useless in front of his wife.
This extreme self-confidence of having everything under control is by no means reckless, but rather a precise calculation based on absolute strength. Yeah. 3 palaces, fighting over a slave. Hand it over! Don't give up. Let them take the news back that the main gates are wide open. Maximum range for the 80-pounders. Get the crowd killers ready! That terrifying, unseen weapon of mass destruction in the armory. They're launching an early charge.
Long range to precise.
Keep launching. Range 1,000 to 1,300 paces. We must absolutely not hit the stone walls. Since General Lee said the aerial inferno formation can wipe out another 20% of the enemy cavalry, this is clearly saving the lives of our brothers in close quarters combat outside the city. I want to know why you're unwilling to use it ahead of time. The stubbornness in this woman's bones will absolutely not tolerate any half-hearted excuses. You damn idiot. Don't let your back legs shake. If you drag down the brother next to you, we're all done for. Raise your hands to support and lock the shields. Grip the handles tight below. Brace the shield with your front foot and straighten your back leg. Only then do you stand a chance of surviving. A massive victory, slaying 40,000 enemies, while our casualties are under 300. I'm warning you guys. If anyone dares to lose the battle formation passed down by our ancestors, then don't you dare call me your commander. Move it faster. Check the labels on the weapon crates clearly before you put them down. The giant interceptor arrows must never be placed behind the 3-slot crossbows.
Such strict logistical regulations.
Up on the wall, the veteran soldiers are causing a scene.
Come on, take me to see what's going on. The Imperial main army led by Shida, the Duke of Wei, has finally arrived.
This was exactly the ending I had planned all along. It's... What? This is definitely a massive shock. Over the last 2 years, we poured every single penny we made into infrastructure. So the taxes we paid back then were only average.
But this year, our textiles, leather, iron ore, and grain brought in absolutely crushing, insane profits.
I'll bet my own head on it.
The money and grain we shipped to the capital this year will absolutely make the Emperor's jaw drop. Add to that your legendary feat in defending the city,
And as long as the Emperor is a wise ruler,
he will definitely summon you to the capital immediately to make you a lord or prime minister.
they say Lord Bell didn't take a single inkstone in his 3 years of office. But you're going to pull off something absolutely earth-shattering right here in Yemen.
Prime Minister He, do you really think Shuda can find the heirloom seal of the realm? You motherfucker. You're not talking about yourself, are you? If anyone dares to ruin his bright future today, I will end my own life right here on the spot.
Your Majesty, are we setting out with the full Imperial entourage? Or are you traveling incognito?
Zhai
What are you shaking for? Am I really that terrifying to you? Go get things ready, now! My dear, if you were the only one playing king in Yamen County, I could beat you with my eyes closed. But now that you've got yourself mixed up with Wombao, the chips you're playing with aren't just Yemen County anymore. You've got the entire northern steppe behind you. Look, I'm a smart gambler.
There is no way in hell I'm going to risk the great Ming Empire to play a high-stakes game with you.
闯吧。
Are you trying to say I'm the one without a brain?
Your humble servant Hu Weiyang pays his respects to your majesty.
Aside from agricultural tax, every single tax revenue under his name is more than 10 times higher than the second place.
You two Imperial Commissioners, open your eyes and look closely.
This is the military readiness and grain reserve distribution map for Taiyan Prefecture. After you. Our Lord Liu is a distinguished official of the 4th rank. Why on earth should he bow and scrape to these two 7th rank nobody officials?
What's so surprising about that?
Our Lord Liu of Yemen is only a 7th rank official too. But when Governor Liu sees him, doesn't he still have to play nice? Long live. Fine leave. Fine leave. Hey, look over there.
With this kind of grand setup, is the county magistrate going to lead a group portrait session?
You insolent fools! I'm going to rip your head off right now, Liu Kai.
You cripple.
No, I'm going to flay you alive with 250 cuts.
So what if you found the Imperial Jade Seal? Just because you dared to make those 2 treasonous demands.
I don't care what happens. I'm skinning you alive today.
Summoning the storm.
And I will wait for you to turn.
Back. I, Liu Kai, accept the Imperial decree.
Ha ha ha!
Thinking.
He won't give up the Chancellor's seat. Yet, he still wants to steal Lord Liu's military technology for free? Go back and tell the Emperor.
Unless he appoints Lord Liu as the Chancellor.
Our Lord Liu will burn the arsenal to the ground and won't leave him a single piece of scrap metal.
But since Lord Liu is a noble and righteous man,
The orders for the Northern Border Army can be delivered at cost. This is purely out of respect for the soldiers on the front lines. It has absolutely nothing to do with that old emperor.
Spitz.
Not a single bit. What is there to panic about? When Liu Kai handed over the military technology, did he make things difficult for the Ministry of Works before they left?
Those civil officials who were kicked out are still riding slow carriages, eating dust on the road.
Well, I rode light and fast, and ended up being the scapegoat who filed the complaint first. This is simply outrageous.
He left Hammond in early July, and now it is already past mid-September.
Even a donkey would have made it to Ningbo by now. I sent him there to take office.
Not to go on a leisure trip. The complication...
Father, please calm your anger.
Lord Liu might have just run into some trouble on his journey.
And got delayed for a few days.
Isn't
that just begging for death? Chufa couldn't buy you off, so he sent people to silence you.
You are running for your life, aren't you? Trying to cross Chuanjiang?
Isn't he basically serving himself up on a silver platter?
Juan couldn't buy you off, so we sent assassins to silence you.
You're running for your life, aren't you?
How did you know?
Ningbo.
All officials and citizens of Duo Mansion, receive the imperial decree. I am going to see His Majesty now. You, take this letter and go to the Empress immediately. As you command.
Remember,
I'll walk fast, while you jog. Make sure that letter reaches the Empress before I even set eyes on His Majesty. Haha, that Liu Kai has some nerve. To think he dare put Ju Huan on public trial at the market square right on my imperial brother's 50th birthday. Fine, then we'll go over and join the trial ourselves.
We'll see who's really guilty. This Liu Kai, or my own imperial godson.
If you hadn't kept shielding him, that spoiled royal relative would have died 100 times over by now. May I ask, Your Majesty, were we heading to Ningbo in full royal style, or continuing our incognito travels? Let's head to Ningbo. We'll travel incognito. But we must send some heavy hitters ahead of us to keep things under control.
We absolutely cannot let Liu Kai run completely wild.
Hey, pal. Why is the city in such a frenzy? Did something major happen?
They're holding the public trial tomorrow for those royal relatives, that father and son duo.
Word is already spread like wildfire. Though, back in the day, that's exactly how I reeled in his mother.
Lord Liu, does my guard have something on his face?
The way you're looking at him. It's like you've seen right through him. Just a moment ago, you had Maidua step in right away to listen to her finish singing that beautiful song.
And then you completely pissed her off and drove her away with just one single sentence.
What is this guy trying to pull now?
Lord Liu.
What exactly are you trying to do, staring at me like that? We have such a massive imperial trial to handle this morning.
And yet the three of them actually dared to go fool around together.
Those two who usually stay as far away from women as possible. The moment they met Liu Kai,
Their noble purity went completely down the drain.
Verify the identity.
Verify the identity.
Verify the identity.
Good heavens, he's actually going after the royal family. It really is them, that father and son duo. You have no idea how utterly fearless this new Lord Liu is. He beat up the emperor's nephew the second he docked, and the moment he stepped ashore, he immediately arrested the emperor's own brother. He even directly raided the estates bestowed by his majesty himself. No matter how lavish and arrogant those two beasts used to be, that's how wretched they are now. They totally got what they deserved. Zhu Fan and his son have committed every heinous crime imaginable. Today, even if the imperial decree is right here in front of me, I will still deliver justice on behalf of heaven. To think that father and son, who seemed so honest and law-abiding, dared to commit such evil. If I were the one to pass judgment,
it would absolutely be a death sentence.
But you, Liu Kai, how dare you publicly defy an imperial decree? You are even more despicable than those two scumbags. How dare you utter such treasonous words in public? I will never show you mercy. Lord Liu, what were you thinking? How dare you publicly claim that lenient with sentencing, or even rewarding corrupt officials, is because the emperor himself was at fault first, on this single charge alone?
It is sheer treason.
Why are you holding him back? Let him keep talking to me. Let him speak.
the absolute chaos Lord Liu has caused this time. No matter how you look at it, there is no way he survives this.
But if he falls into the hands of Hu Weiyang, he won't even know how he died. Master, last time before we left, you couldn't wait for him to build the Ningbo prefectural office, even better than the Yanmen County office. Last time, the one who came was the Emperor. This time, the one who came is Master Guo. How can those two even be the same thing? Since I am playing the part, I might as well go with the flow.
先知就养将而归斗老马克之上。
I have to completely rebuild these 10 counties. Not only am I going to do an amazing job, I also have to find every way possible to get Zhuan Zheng to order my execution. As an elder who has lived for hundreds of years in total, teaching you, this overgrown brat, how to behave like a decent human being is something I am absolutely qualified to do. This is what others are working. If we don't teach this little brat a proper lesson, he's going to get a brutal reality check when he grows up. Master Guo, don't you agree? Master Guo, as your elder, teaching him how to behave is only right.
Just follow me and see how we do things here in Ningbo Prefecture.
Why on earth did Master Liu take on a disciple who is this old? This old guy looks even older than his own father. You rebellious disciple, get on the boat with your master, now. I can't believe this old man is gritting his teeth in such pure rage. He is just like an ungrateful wolf cub. Wait, is your wolf cub really this old? Haha. An overaged rebel, huh? Don't worry, your master has a wonderful little surprise waiting for you. As for tonight's strategy, we are going to have a very deep, very thorough discussion about it. These two, one is a notorious bandit, and the other is a notorious womanizer. I know exactly what you guys are thinking. For our first lesson today,
We are going to discuss how to storm the imperial palace of Yingtin. The founding emperor of the Ming Dynasty and the head of the secret police are actually sitting here, listening to someone teach them how to raid their own headquarters.
If word of this ever got back to the imperial court,
Every single official would laugh their heads off.
I've dealt with troublemakers like you before, and I came prepared.
This 1-pound can of secret recipe flying fish will be a special reward just for Master Guo.
Oh God, what is this? These two guest students are throwing up so much they can barely stand, yet they still won't behave. Who'd have thought that we would actually see the rare commanding presence of military leaders in these two? This Master Guo is definitely no ordinary man. An expert could tell at a single glance. This is absolutely an urgent letter heading straight for the capital. Master Liu has gone behind my back to make another earth-shattering move. My direct boss has never played by the rules. Every time he acts first and reports later, it scares me half to death. Every single word this bastard writes
Is bound to be even more infuriating than when he speaks in person.
beneath His Majesty's calm disguise. A massive storm of blood and violence is definitely brewing. Today, I am going to custom tailor the most agonizing assignment, just for you. Master Liu is usually far too infuriating. He definitely needs to suffer a bit to learn his lesson. Having father take revenge personally is still much better than him sending someone to chop off his head. I originally treated all Buddhist temples with extreme favor, just to repay a debt. But those monks stripped away my dignity and trampled it in the mud. It wasn't until this very moment that I finally woke up. The people who are actually getting real work done for the Ming Dynasty, to think it's that bastard. The one who pissed me off so many times I wanted to draw my sword and chop him to pieces myself. Why are you crowding around so tightly, blocking the air? That'll only send the old monk to his grave even faster. Kill them. Stop, before it's too late. This kid finally knows to present his pledge of loyalty. It seems this magistrate of Yang County actually has some real talent. As your brother, I am swamped with affairs at the Secretariat, so I won't keep you any longer. I shall take my leave. Those 3 national policies in Liu Kai's memorial, they're basically digging up the ancestral graves of every single scholar official in the realm. Once they are public, the entire court will surely turn against you. Your Majesty has read such a treasonous memorial. How can you still smile? Why didn't you lose your temper right there and tear him to pieces? Liu Kai has stirred up such an earth-shattering disaster. Do you really intend to execute him, to appease the court's anger? What on earth are you thinking? Even if I have to slaughter every single meritorious minister in the empire, I will absolutely make sure he comes out of this completely unscathed. If that's the case, then you must personally pay a visit to the Duke of Wei's estate. As long as Shuda, the Grand Marshal of our entire military, gives his nod, Liu Kai's life can definitely be saved. Oh, my dear. Once the new policies proposed by Liu Kai are implemented, not only will Tainaz's estates have to pay taxes, they'll even have to cough up a massive fortune. Who could possibly agree to that so easily? Tiende, speed is of the essence in war. You've already eaten half the roast goose.
Why have you picked up your chopsticks yet?
If your majesty doesn't make things clear, I won't be able to swallow this meat.
Oh, come on. We're in our own brother's courtyard. Why with the your majesty talk?
Just call me Brother Chungba.
There isn't a single line of fancy, classical jargon in this memorial.
It's all straightforward. Lethal strategies that anyone can understand.
No wonder His Majesty came to visit us in such a humble manner.
It was all to force you, father, to take sides and support Lord Liu. All for the sake of pushing through these 3 national policies.
He's completely playing with his life. An attitude so arrogant, yet backed by such terrifying capability, is completely unheard of.
No wonder the emperor hasn't executed him.
And is even forced to play along with his insane schemes. The secret agent stationed in Ningbo has suddenly appeared.
That madman Liu Kai must have pulled off another earth-shattering stunt.
Speak, quickly!
What kind of trouble has that kid Liu Kai caused us this time?
Your Majesty, 3 days ago,
Not only was the expansion of the Ningbo government office completed,
but they even shamelessly hung up a plaque that reads, Ningbo Special Administrative Government. What's even more terrifying is that your imperial seal is actually stamped right beneath the plaque.
Your Majesty, did you personally authorize this?
That bastard made the whole thing up himself. How dare he forge our imperial seal? The Grand Assembly of Officials begins. The Emperor arrives at the Grand Palace Square. These civil and military officials who desperately cling to the old system and ruthlessly exploit the people
Are nothing but a cancer to the great Ming.
All these colleagues who swore they would bleed for me are nothing but a bunch of spineless, opportunistic hypocrites.
And now, I am the only target left standing.
Just looking at this illegal construction and how luxurious it is, it's obvious how much pure gold and silver Lord Liu has extorted here. As long as you pay him enough kickbacks, he acts like a living saint.
Lord Liu, wearing this attire?
I'm afraid it goes against regulations. Step right up, ladies and gentlemen. Don't miss out. Tomorrow at noon,
Our Lord Liu will hold a public meeting with Shogun Ashikaga Yoshimitsu in the main hall of the Grand Ningbo restaurant.
he's being so brazen. He is colluding with the enemy in broad daylight. Send word back to the capital, immediately.
These hidden imperial hounds.
Are actually the perfect messenger pigeons for me to deliver a grand gift to His Majesty.
To repay His Majesty's mercy for sparing my life.
This massive trade deal, I simply must carry it out with the grandest of fanfares. If we take their lives at the very first offense,
We would seem far too cold and unreasonable.
Don't you agree with my reasoning, General?
we shall follow your lead, General.
Independent General.
As General, I treat everyone equally. And you all saw it with your own eyes. Seeing as you're all newcomers here, I even pleaded for mercy on your behalf.
Arrest this man! Chopped off whichever cry he used to touch her.
Castrate him right here on the spot as an example, and force him to write his confession right now.
The guest team.
Who does he think he is? To lead the horse for our Lord Liu is a blessing from their ancestors. This Lord Liu is incredibly ruthless. He's literally catching the big fish and the small fry,
Wiping them all out in one fell swoop.
leaving absolutely nothing behind. On one hand, he's helping the Northern Court of Voix fight the Southern Court, and on the other, he's helping the Southern Court fight the Northern Court.
What on earth is he after? To actually deploy troops against his own people, just for money.
I would keep a close eye on his negotiations with the Southern Court. You, ride like the wind, and report this madness to the capital immediately. My dear, this isn't your money. I am the emperor in this palace, after all.
I have a reputation to protect.
Your Majesty, Lord Liu's handwritten memorial has been delivered to Prime Minister Hu. He specifically instructed that anything concerning Lord Liu must be sent directly to the Imperial Study. Why is it always me who has to write the IOUs?
Kami never writes them.
And what's even more infuriating is that I don't get a single penny of the profits once the Ministry of Revenue is paid back. All the remaining gold, silver, and treasures go straight into your personal stash. I'm treated with nothing but disdain out there. And in the end, it was all for nothing. I finally managed to leave the palace to clear my head. Yet, I can't even afford to buy my old brothers a meal. It's truly embarrassing. Only a short while later, the barren land once measured with carpenter's ink and type has suddenly seen towering mansions rise from the ground. And it wasn't just this tiny contrast, but the entire street had undergone a massive, mind-blowing transformation. This place is a carbon copy of Yanmin County. The waterfront houses along the street had been completely renovated and looked brand new. Master Liu, please enlighten us. Yes, please enlighten us. What on earth was this kid up to? In the eyes of the Japanese envoys and all of you, the calculations by Ningbo Prefecture, the gentry, and Old Shao, mining gold and silver and waging war are two completely different things. But as I see it, this is a flawless, high-stakes chain of profitable violence. First, we help them win their war. And then, we take absolute control of their gold and silver mines. If you can help with this, Master, even if you were once His Majesty's personal guard, you can't just blabber on and talk nonsense about the two Grand Marshals and General Lan Yu. This is a massive deal. Even the Emperor wouldn't dare make a call on this so lightly. This is a disaster. Who knows who you're fooling around with day in and day out?
Machal?
Get Miters out of here, right now!
Stop him from making a fool of himself.
Why should I leave? Since the Empress isn't here.
This is definitely a deadly trap, personally cooked up by Her Majesty.
Ever since I fell for it last time, I know exactly how lethal a plate of roasted ghosts can be. It means we're either being sent on a suicide mission, or we're about to do some dirty work that'll cost us our heads. Oh, Chancellor. What on earth is the meaning of this? Why give up such a perfect opportunity to get rid of Liu Kai?
This is a golden, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
How can you just let it go like this? Snicker. If you can really do us this favor? Liu Kai saw right through His Majesty's petty little thoughts. The Emperor was simply sick of seeing Liu Kai show off for so long and wanted to win one against him for once. But Zhu Wanzhao's clumsy attempt at showing off was basically rubbing his own true identity in the dirt. Keep up. The Emperor wanted to test him. But instead, it was the Emperor who ended up being tested. But if he keeps messing around like this, my patience is going to run completely dry. Then by all means, let's hear it. So, who was actually the best person to send? Your Majesty, I have a proposal. I believe the prefect of Ningbo, Liu Kai, is the most suitable... Oh, goodness. Sending him for disaster relief? Will that actually work? The way this guy does things, he's a total lunatic. He's a notoriously corrupt official with wealth that could rival the entire nation. Shh. Keep your voices down. He's the only money-making machine the Emperor has tacitly approved. Our Grand Emperor of the Ming Dynasty is dirt poor. He doesn't even dare to ask the Ministry of Revenue for money. So he had to borrow money from his own sister at interest rates worse than loan sharks.
Choba, please don't do anything rash.
How many times has he already played you for a fool?
It's absolutely bizarre. I'm decisive and ruthless. In the Imperial Palace,
So why is it that the moment I get near him, I turn into a powder keg ready to blow?